Okay, so here's the side plates plugged in, cut with a type of keyhole there like I showed in the earlier upload. And then I left them a little bit proud on each end so I can basically board sand them back to the end plugs if I want, or just cap the end and add a little piece in there if I want to take advantage of extra few millimeters or whatever. And then here you can see I can cap the end of the box here. I still have space. These solder tabs I can access with wires no problem because there's voids in between each solder tab, which is really nice. There, right? So it's not actually touching, but you know, there's probably 1/2 mil there. For those of you who may or may not know, here's the original mount, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of wasted space here between this particular speaker mount, and I say mount because it's not an enclosure, right? It's just a speaker mount. I mean, you can modify that, but why go to the trouble doing that when you can custom build one out of scrap styrene? So this one mounts in place with some minor modification. Actually, I didn't really have to modify the frame. I did a little bit simply because I modified the body, but if you don't modify the body, you don't have to do what I did in terms of shaving off some of this here. That was just to clear the blisters on the inside here that some of you already know about when I modded this for the sand fillers that weren't on this particular model. Anyway, so that sits on there nice. And then what I used was Plastruct 90715 10 thou strip. And then number 248 Evergreen scale models quarter round for the rails is what I used to mount these speakers with. You can see the strip here, and then the rail. And then I mount the rail far enough down so the speaker sits inside the box, but not all the way, just enough to where the lip of the frame of the speaker sits up so I can put a bead of Canopy glue all around to seal it. That's why I like them to be snug fit like this. See how I can slide that, but it won't fall out. And you can see now I have room for 2 of these 50321 ESU Loksound speakers. I like these actually. I like the TDS ones as well, but I had some of these kicking around. I'm going to use them because I really was pleased with how they perform in the GP9. And then just a little heads up, I'm going to be doing another build after this one. It'll be a Canadian National SD75, and I'm probably going to be using some WOW 28 mils and some of the sugar cubes in the front and rear. So I'll be running 4 speakers, but 2 components in parallel, and then those 2 in series, and I can still stay at 8 ohms. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll probably have another upload before I close on this one, and we'll see you soon. Okay, thanks, bye.